guys, I'm John Acosta with Acosta Productions, and today I wanted to talk to you briefly about Adobe Creative Suite and why it's awesome, why my company uses it, and how it can benefit you out there in the internet world trying to create your videos. So a little bit of background about me really quickly. I used to work for Apple, and I was an absolute Final Cut Studio fanatic. I would teach my clients that walked in how to use Final Cut Pro, Soundtrack Pro, Motion, all of the aspects that are in that package. And it wasn't until June of this year, 2011, that I, as well as a bunch of other professional editors out there, were very disappointed in what Apple had done. They created a brand new Final Cut 10, but they made it the iMovie Pro of its time. Now, I understand exactly what Apple was trying to do. I can see 5 years down the road how this will actually be a great tool in regards to iPad or tablet editing, or remote tablet editing, which is really cool and actually already exists, and I've actually played with it before. It's pretty solid and pretty neat, but as of right now, as a mouse editor where I'm using my actual trackpad or my mouse, it's not gonna benefit me or anyone else in the industry per se. So in the months following that time where they released this app, this new Final Cut 10, my job was to find out where I go from there, because they weren't going to be editing Final Cut 7 anymore. They were going to move forward 100% to Final Cut 10 and discontinue the Final Cut 7. So I looked into Autodesk, I looked into Avid, I looked into Creative Suites by Adobe, and what I fell in love with was absolutely the Adobe Creative Suite. And the reason why, I will tell you wholeheartedly, is because of the dynamic linking that it can actually create. Now, Final Cut Studio did something like this, and they called it round tripping, where you would actually edit something in Final Cut Pro, jump into Motion, create a 3D comp, and then you jump back into Final Cut, and if you needed to make changes, you could do that by going right back into the native Motion app. And now Adobe does this, but it does it much faster because it's working on a 64-bit processor, so all of the changes that you make in the rendering processing is a lot faster than, say, the Final Cut 7 that I'm currently stuck with, because I'm stuck in time where that was the absolute best, and now it's not. Now, the coolest thing is the Adobe Creative Suite did come out with the 5.5 package recently, and ever since then, it's been an absolute fantastic tool. The coolest thing about it is the dynamic linking, and dynamic linking means basically you can go from one product to the next, make a change, and it'll change the entire project in every single one of its apps. Let's say you're in After Effects and you're trying to create a 3D comp using a motion graphic that was developed in Photoshop. Okay, you have a photo that was developed in Photoshop or some sort of graphic that was developed in Photoshop, and suddenly you realize in the middle of your 3D comping that you need to make a quick change. There was a typo on it, or there's a date that needs to be changed because the date of the event that you're currently shooting for your client has been moved. Normally, you'd have to go into Photoshop, change that document, export out as a TIFF, a JPEG, whatever, and then you have to re-import that file into the Final Cut or Avid or what have you. However, the cool thing about Adobe Creative Suite is all you have to do is go into Photoshop, make the quick change, and the minute you hit Command S or save, you instantly see the change happen in After Effects, in Premiere, or wherever else that product lies. So I want to show you guys today a real quick tutorial on what I've done recently. I was working with a client this week and how to make a quick change, and this exact situation happened and I needed to change out something. So I did it, and it saved me about 10 minutes of time because of the fact that I could do dynamic linking. So let's check it out real quick. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open up my After Effects comp, which I had been working on this week. And to do that, I already have it open, so I'm going to go ahead and hold Command if I'm on a Mac and tap my Tab key on my keyboard to tab over to Adobe After Effects. If you're on a PC, you'll just hold Control and tap Tab a few times to go over to the project you're currently in, and boom, it opens up. Nice little tidbit for you. All right, so here is the comp that we currently had, and what it was, my client Coastal Gold Exchange is having an event this weekend with the radio station in Savannah, Georgia. And the event is going to include Dog the Bounty Hunter, who will be there on Saturday, December 17th. Now, unfortunately, while I was working on this comp and all of the 3D aspects of it, my client called me in the middle of doing so and said, you know what, we're actually pushing this date back to Sunday, the 18th versus Saturday, the 17th, as you see here. Now, in the middle of my production, I'm sitting here going, damn, that sucks, because now I have to change the date. And normally in Final Cut 10 or in Autodesk or in any other program, any other suite, I'd have to go in to Photoshop, which is what this file is natively made on. I'd have to make the change. I'd have to export it out as a TIFF, a JPEG, a PNG, or whatever file they need, and then import it and implement it into the current production. However, the good news here is that this file was created in Photoshop, and I am currently in After Effects. So all I really have to do is open up the Photoshop file in Photoshop, make a quick change to this date, and from there, boom, I am done. So here's how quick and simple it is. Just a quick little summary. I'm going to go ahead and hit Command Tab, and again, tab over to my Finder to find this document you see back here. If you're on a PC, I don't know what to tell you. Just find your document. But here we have the PSD file. When I double click on it, it'll automatically fire up Adobe Photoshop CS5. Boom, there we are. And as you see here, the information, Saturday, December 17th, 1 to 3 p.m. All I have to do is go over to my text tool, click on it, double click on my text, change it to Sunday, and then change the date, obviously, which is not going to be the 17th, but the 18th, and boom, we are finished. Now, from here, all we have to do is go up to File in Photoshop and save, or my personal favorite way of doing this is to use the shortcut key, which I am a total fanatic of, and just hit Command S, and boom, the minute I do that, it instantly changes and saves that information into my computer, into my hard drive. And also, if I jump over to After Effects by using, again, my Command Tab option, and then I scroll through my timeline here, I will see the minute that I have saved that file in Photoshop, it automatically will change that information from Saturday, December 17th, to Sunday, December 18th. So, with that being said, it's very simple to make dynamic linking a workflow for your processing and in terms of production. And that's why I chose Adobe Creative Suite versus all the other ones, because it's the easiest way to dynamically link all of your production into one full showcase. And in the end, it saves me minutes upon minutes, and other projects has saved me hours upon hours of time by doing these quick, simple changes in something like a product in Photoshop or a graphic file in Photoshop, which can easily be implemented in the Photoshop program and then instantly changed in Adobe After Effects or Adobe Premiere. Well, there you have it. I hope this helped you guys out a little bit and helped you see the inside of what I work with nowadays versus all the other products out there. I am not paid by Adobe to do this. I am just simply telling you this because, honestly, it is the best program I've worked with and the best workflow I've had, even within Final Cut Studio. So, hope you guys take 2 cents from this. And if you have any questions, please email me at john@acostaproductions.com, or feel free to check out my blog at johnacosta.com to see all the productions that I'm currently in. Thanks a lot, guys, and good luck.